It's a common confusion. Students often get tangled between computer science and computer engineering because they're very similar fields in so many ways. But there are some critical differences between the two, and it's time you should know about them. So let's find out. The IT sector continues to be one of the fastest growing sectors in the United States. The numbers are just astonishing as the Bureau of Labor Statistics projects a growth rate of 12% in the job market in the next 6 years. Likewise, LinkedIn suggests computing is the top source of new wages across the US. It beats healthcare, management, and sales jobs. So you're looking for a career path, computing is a great choice. So it's a clear indication that the IT field is expanding rapidly, giving birth to new and innovative job markets and academic disciplines. However, two fields stand out, and they've always been evergreen disciplines in computing field: computer science and computer engineering. I know what you're thinking. Aren't these the same thing? It's a common misconception, and people often mistake computer science for computer engineering and vice versa. However, if you're looking for a new career path in the computing world, it's very important to know the differences. When you know the differences between the two fields, it'll help you choose a career path that closely aligns with your career ambitions in computing. Polish your work on skills that you're good at. Focus on the right academic institutions and apply for a degree program. Lastly, target the right job market after you complete your degree. On the other hand, if you don't know the differences, it's possible to land in the wrong job market, and therefore you might not be able to grow your skills as well as you wanted to. So let's start with the differences between the two fields. Here are what you should know. First, let's talk about the definitions. Computer science focuses on studying computer systems to understand the processes that interact with data. These processes are represented in the form of programs, which means that computer scientists have more to do with data sciences and algorithms. On the other hand, computer engineering is a combination of computer science and electrical engineering that allows computer engineers to develop computer hardware and software. So it means that computer engineers focus on circuit design, microcontrollers, embedded systems, and microprocessors. Moreover, computer engineers also work on security hardware for networking and tools to enhance cybersecurity. So what should you do? Based on these definitions, if you like working more with circuits and have an interest in hardware development, computer engineering might be the right field for you. On the other hand, if you prefer development, algorithms, or machine learning, then computer science might be a better choice. Next, let's talk about the areas of study. Computer science has some common areas of study that if you're undergrad level, you'll learn about them in detail. These include software systems, data structures and algorithms, scientific computing, and computing theory. If you're a computer science student already, I'm sure you've studied all these fields at one point or the other. On the other hand, computer engineering focuses more on hardware and software development, networking, and supporting applications. For instance, home automation is a classic example of computer engineering because it covers different aspects in networking, hardware, and software development. Some of the areas in computer engineering coincide with computer sciences such as computing theory, programming basics, database management, and computer architecture. However, computer engineering varies at the application level with numerous options in networking, robotics, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. So what should you do? Let me explain this with one example. Let's say you're making an artificially intelligent robot. If you only want to develop the AI algorithm for the robot, that comes under the umbrella of computer science. However, if you're designing the hardware that supports algorithms, that's the role of the computer engineer. Next, let's talk about skill set. Now let's talk about the different skills needed for each field. Computer science primarily focuses on programming skills, so computer scientists tend to be better developers and are fluent in more programming languages and database tools, like JavaScript, Java, and Python. On the other hand, computer engineers have more in-depth knowledge about computer hardware, logic, and circuits, so they're better at circuit design, engineering software, and embedded system programming. Generally, computer engineers have better grasp on languages like Verilog, assembly language, and C++. So what should you do? If you want to work with the core aspects of computer hardware, then that's computer engineering. Otherwise, if you want to work in web development or software applications, then computer science might be the right fit for you. Next, let's talk about the theoretical knowledge. Obviously, your theoretical knowledge will be different for both sides. Generally, the area of computing are pretty similar, but the mathematics behind the areas are quite different for engineers and scientists. In computer science, there's more focus on statistics, linear algebra, because the data science algorithms and machine learning tools are built on those mathematical models. On the other hand, computer engineers learn mathematical tools that help in hardware development. So you'll find most computer engineers using tools like MATLAB to help the mathematical modeling of hardware systems. If you can work with linear algebra and machine learning tools, then go for computer science. Remember, you need comprehensive knowledge on linear algebra, else you might have a hard time getting around more advanced topics in machine learning. Next, let's touch on the job market. Depending on your skill set and the specialization field that you choose, your job prospects will be quite different too. So if you're a computer science graduate, you can have a prospective career in web development, having a national average salary of $71,000, an application developer with a national average salary of more than $82,000, a database administrator having a salary of $89,000, a computer scientist that has an annual income of more than $100,000, or a data scientist that has an average income of more than $120,000. As a computer engineer, you can work as a computer engineer with an average salary of $52,000 a year, quality assurance engineer with an average salary of $73,000, a hardware engineer we're averaging more than $102,000 a year, and a software engineer with a salary of $102,000 a year, and also a firmware engineer with an average salary of $108,000 and more. So now that you have a comprehensive understanding of the two fields, here's a quick summary. Terms computer science and computer engineering can be commonly confused and incorrectly used interchangeably. Computer science studies the processes related to data and computation, while computer engineering is the application of computing knowledge with hardware. Both have separate degree programs with some overlapping subjects. Finally, it doesn't matter if you're a computer engineer and want to apply for a computer science job or vice versa. If you're good at the core skills, you can work on any computing niche. You may want to pick up only a couple new skills to accelerate the process. Therefore, you should check out my video on the top 11 books all computing-minded individuals should read. See you in there.